Here you are.
Thank you.
Do you have a drink? Good. I want to toast to our new enterprise.
You've got a drink, all right. Only I've finished it and I'm ready for another one. Only I think it's not going to be enough.
Look, relax. Elliott, it was a stroke of luck that Logan got that new babysitter. I don't think you could have seduced Mrs. Goodman to have a drink with you if you tried. I mean, you should be grateful. Mrs. Goodman wasn't exactly your type anyway.
Neither is this lady. Wait till you see her.
I can't wait to see her. Didn't she say she was going to be here an hour ago? It's past that now.
Well, maybe she got cold feet.
Maybe you're losing your touch.
It's no easy task. First day on the job, to get her to leave her baby all by itself.
Oh, but it was worth the risk to have a handsome devil like you in her life.
I didn't promise to marry the woman, just have a drink with her.
Look, what if she changed her mind? Then plan B goes out the window, so why don't you call her up and find out what's going on?
I suppose so. Miss?
Yes.
Could I have the house phone, please?
Sure, I'll bring it to your table.
Thank you. Raven, in case plan B does fail, do you have a plan C? Yes, that's what I was afraid of.
Here you go.
Thank you. I'll have another one of these.
Oh. Don't get drunk, darling. You're much more charming when you're sober.
The Saxon suite, please. Yes, but the lady will appear better to me when I'm not.
Mrs. Saxon Suite, Rosalind Bates speaking.
Hello, Rosalind. This is Edward. You do remember me, don't you?
Of course. I guess you're wondering where I am.
Oh, I know where you are. I was wondering why you were not where I am.
Well, I just wanted to make sure the baby was asleep because, it's bad enough that I'm leaving him alone.
I told you it'll only be for a few minutes. We just have a nice discussion and plan our future arrangements.
Well, I'll be down in around 10 minutes, okay?
10 minutes. I'll be waiting for you. Bye. She's on her way.
Terrific. Because when she comes down here, I will be on my way with my little boy. Look, Elliott, the only thing that I am concerned with is that someone else might come into Geraldine's suite.
I'm sure Rosalind is worried about that, too. That Geraldine may come home early.
No, she won't. I called the studio before I got here, and she's going to be there all night.
And what about your husband?
I don't know about Logan. It's about his quitting time now. He usually works late. He might stay in town for dinner.
Seems to me you should make sure of his plans.
You're right. Better be safe than sorry. Ma'am? Excuse me, could I have a phone over here to make an in-town call?
Sure, I'll bring it to your table.
Thank you.
Well, I wonder what Rosalind's going to say when she comes back home and finds the baby is missing.
She's going to be surprised, that's for sure.
She's also going to be without a job.
Well, she wouldn't have a job anyway. I'll have the baby. I'm going to need a baby nurse myself, though. Can't imagine spending all my time taking care of the little darling.
I just hope she doesn't implicate me.
Elliott, she's not going to say she went on a rendezvous. She's going to say she went out and got a newspaper.
Here you are, ma'am.
Don't worry, I've got everything taken care of.
You would have made a fine international jewel thief, Raven.
Yes, hello. Could I speak to Mr. Swift? Hi. Could I speak to Logan, please? This is his wife. Okay, thank you. At least he's still in the office.
Yeah. Yeah, terrific. Just what I need. You ask her what she wants? No, I'll talk to her. Yes, Raven.
Hi, darling. How are you?
Well, I'm kind of busy. What do you want?
Look, you don't have to be so jumpy. What is it? You're still hot and bothered because I tried to take Jaimey for a little ride?
Oh, now it's a little ride. Last time it was a little walk. You better get your story straight, hadn't you?
Look, Logan, I just thought that the two of us should get together for a nice, mature dinner, have a little talk. So why don't we go out and maybe get a drink?
Raven, I have nothing to say to you, and I don't want to hear anything that you have to say to me.
Well, come on, Logan, please. I mean, you're almost off work. Could we just go out for a drink?
It may be quitting time for you, but not for me. I've still got an appointment.
Oh, yeah? How long are you going to be gone?
Well, I've got to spend about an hour with my car, but not that it makes any difference, because I wouldn't have dinner with you anyway. You have a bad effect on my digestion.
Why, thank you. I just thought I'd make the offer, but if you're busy, you're busy, so... Goodbye, darling. And please, send my love to Mike.
Well, hello. Better late than ever.
You mad at me?
Mad? No, why should I be mad? You take off after lunch, we don't hear from you, you miss 2 appointments, you miss a meeting.
Hey, let me explain, will you? I got a phone call from my aunt. You see, I told you about her, the one from Toledo. See, she's a designated hitter on this old woman's softball team, and she carries these 24 bats with her everywhere she goes.
Cliff, I don't really have time right now for a trip to your family zoo.
Listen to me. She called me from the airport. She needed help, and I don't want to incur the wrath of 24 baseball bats. Besides, she's very rich and
I'm very disappointed in you. You're a very creative person. You've had 4 hours, and that's the best excuse that you can come up with.
That's the truth. I had to go to the airport to meet my aunt. Look, I hate the old bag, but I'd rather face her than some of the people around this office.
Now, that sounds a little bit more like honesty. Just a little bit.
You want me to be honest with you? All right, I'll be honest with you. I'd rather face a firing squad than some of the people around this town. I knew what my appointments were. Doc Kavanaugh, right, about the Wilkerson autopsy?
Yeah, that was sort of important, too. The entire Wilkerson case is built on that autopsy.
Well, I just couldn't handle the fact that all the time we're talking about the case, Doc Kavanaugh would look at me as if I should be on the autopsy table.
For Pete's sake, I wish you were a little less sensitive.
And the second appointment is with Councilman Weiss, right?
Yeah.
Well, it so happens that he was a very good friend of Draper's. He happens to think he's innocent, and he thinks that I personally shoved that guilty verdict down the jury's throat.
Well, you didn't, so what's the problem?
It's bad enough that I have to meet with Mike Carr, the guy that Draper Scott worked with for 3 years.
All right. Enough crying about this, will you? The tears are staining the rug. I covered for you on the first 2 things. I'm about to take the third one now.
Maybe you can't, though. That's my case.
Was your case, past tense.
But you can't do that.
I can't? Why not?
Because I wouldn't work on it for 6 months. Mike Carr finally agreed to plea bargain.
I'm taking you off this case. And you can forget about the Wilkerson case, too, because I'm giving that one to Harry Buford.
Harry Buford?
That's right, Harry Buford. You're no good to me anymore. You've been useless ever since the Scott decision.
Well, how would you feel if ever since that Scott decision and this train wreck that happened, nobody talks to me, boss. Everybody looks at me like I'm some kind of leper or something.
You're turning paranoid. That's the problem. You played by the rules, and you won the case. You got nothing to be ashamed of.
I got an innocent man convicted. Now, that's worse than losing. I'm not paranoid. And then before we can correct the matter, he goes off and gets himself killed. You know, I thought I'd never say this, but it's just no fun coming into this office anymore.
Well, that's just a real shame. I'm not having a lot of fun myself these days, but I'm doing my job, which is more than I can say for you.
Okay, fine. You want me to do my job again, huh? Well, I'm going to Mike Carr's office. You can't stop me. It's my case. You can't stop me. It's my case.
Okay, fine. You might need this. The file.
Oh.
Yes.
Hello, may I I let myself in?
Oh, hi. Of course. I'm glad you were able to get away early.
Oh, honey, we promised ourselves an early evening, remember?
Mm-hmm. Well, as a matter of fact, that meeting I was supposed to have, it's been postponed for over an hour.
Oh, dear. There goes the promise.
Well, Logan asked me to do him this favor. You see, this case has been pending for over 6 months now. We're both anxious to get it settled. As a matter of fact, I don't even know who's going to be here. Cliff Nelson was supposed to be, and apparently he's done a vanishing act.
He can't be a very happy young man, can he?
Well, frankly, I don't know anyone in this town who I'd describe as happy. It's as if Draper's death has cast a pall over this whole town.
You know, that's how I've felt, too, but I just put it down to my mood.
What about April? Have you talked to her?
Oh, yes, she's all settled in the house, says she has everything she needs.
I'm really glad that she's going to move in with us. Mm-hmm. You know, I wonder if I should bring this home with me.
What's that?
Margot's file, all the particulars about her state. Eventually, I'm going to have to go over all this in detail with April.
Well, darling, I think that she realizes that. She expects it. I think you're safe in bringing it home.
You know, this is a huge estate. Millions involved. Including more than one business property, too.
I have a feeling that one business she'll definitely want to hold on to is the television station, especially with Geraldine running it for her.
Ironic, isn't it? Some people dream of sudden wealth. April has it, and I'm sure it means nothing at all to her right now.
Yeah. She's lost far more than that.
So have we.
But she still has one little treasure left. Her little baby.
Hi there, sweetie. Oh, boy, you get more beautiful every single day. Listen, you got to keep up the good work, because they're not going to let you out of this place until you're big and strong. And I need you, Julia. I need someone.
Miss Scott?
Oh, hi.
Hi. How are you, Zay? Doesn't she look wonderful? I'm sure you can see the difference in her.
Are you kidding? It's like she's growing right before my eyes.
She's doing so well, too. Dr. Buckley is very pleased. You're going to bring home a very healthy baby.
Oh, I'm glad. Listen, has Dr. Buckley said anything about when?
Well, that's not up to her, really. She's an OB. Now, the one who decides that is Dr. Ogilvy of pediatric staff.
Oh.
I think you met him.
Short, chubby, gray hair?
Yes, that's the one. Yes, he's seen your little girl every day and says she's doing great.
Well, listen, last time I heard they said she'd have to be here for about a month. Is anything new?
Now, that was a week ago, so now it's only 3 weeks. But who knows? It might even be sooner the way she's gaining weight. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, it's just that I really can't imagine what it's going to be like, you know, taking my baby home from the hospital. Got my husband.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
No, look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say things like that. Forget.
Oh, no, you mustn't feel that way. You should say what you feel like saying. It'll take a long time to stop thinking about it.
I guess you're kind of used to it, huh? I mean, being a nurse, you're used to death and dying.
Well, you become accustomed to death, but not to loss.
Yeah, that's true.
Pediatric nurses to delivery.
Oh, I better go, but you call on me now if you need me.
Thank you. Yeah, there is a difference. Yeah. But I wonder if I'll ever really believe it. Believe what's happened. Believe that my husband is really gone. sometimes I'm absolutely sure that Draper's going to walk into the room I'm in, put his arm around me, or just call my name on a crowded street. I just can't shake the feeling that he's still alive.
That's right. I'd forgotten that Margot owned the unicorn.
She bought it for Elliott as a plaything when they were first married.
Well, who's running it now?
A man named Lorimer, originally hired as a bartender. Margot gave him carte blanche to do whatever he wanted with the place, and apparently, judging from the balance sheet, it's really gone downhill.
Well, playthings usually don't make money.
That's true enough.
Sorry, Mr. Carr, about being late, but I couldn't get away from the girls at the secretary.
Oh, Cliff, hello.
Hello.
Oh, Mrs. Carr, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were here.
No, that's all right. I came by to drive Mike home.
Well, sorry I'm late, but Logan said it'd be okay.
Yes, Cliff, it's okay. As a matter of fact, if you agree to what I'm going to propose in the Collins defense, this could be the shortest meeting on record.
Oh, good.
Of course, if you don't agree...
Well, in either case, if you'll excuse me, I am going to find the powder room and make myself more presentable.
Oh, you look fine to me, Mrs. Carr. Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, please, don't apologize. That was a compliment.
Well, it's just that I'm beginning to discover that a lot of people take offense to my honesty. I have something else to say to you, too.
Oh?
It's about the Draper Scott case. I'd like to thank you for your job of reporting. I know that he was your good friend and, well, you thought he was innocent, but your story wasn't slanted at all.
That's because my wife is a good journalist, Cliff.
You're the only journalist that didn't accuse me of being public enemy number one. Not during the trial or afterwards. Boy, that's what really hurt, was the afterwards. You can't imagine it. I work hard, and then suddenly new facts come up and Draper's innocent. Mrs. Madison was the one who really killed Margot Dorn.
Mr. Nelson,
Call me Cliff.
Cliff, you weren't to blame for that. Any more than Logan was, and Logan was Draper's closest friend.
In fact, I think you did an excellent job, Cliff, and I should know, since I was on the other side.
Oh, that's very kind of you to say, Mr. Carr.
I like the way you handle yourself. A mixture of emotion and logic is my idea of good courtroom procedure, and you got the verdict.
That's the kindest thing that's been said to me in the past 3 weeks, and boy, especially coming from you. You're the one that lost a good friend and a good associate.
Yes, I did. Which means that now I have a choice of one of two things. Either get rid of half my clients or bring a new member into the firm.
Well, you must have 100 guys who want that job. I bet you have solicitations already.
No, because I wanted to make discreet inquiries to other law firms first, see if they can give me any referrals.
Well, if I wasn't on the other side, I mean the prosecutor's office, I'd be one of the first guys beating down your door asking for that job. In fact, Mr. Carr, would you consider someone like me for that job?
Hi, Jaimey. Hello, Angel. It's time to get dressed because you're going to go away with your mommy. You lucky little thing.
You know, I really shouldn't stay much longer. I'm getting nervous about that baby.
You told me he was fast asleep.
Well, he is, but, you know, the phone could ring or something, and I wouldn't be there to answer it, and Afraid I've got to go.
No, wait, not so fast. You know, we haven't even discussed our next meeting yet.
Well, I'm free as soon as Mr. Swift or Mrs. Saxon gets home. That should be around 6 to 6:30. Want to have dinner tonight?
Unfortunately, tonight I have a prior engagement.
Well, what about tomorrow night? Honestly, I've got to go.
No, wait, just a second. Just give me a minute. I got something to say to you.
Okay, now, what do we need to take with us? Can't take a crib, so you're gonna have to sleep on my couch. Oh, you want this thing? Okay. There, you can have this. Now, let's get the hell out of here. Okay.
What the hell do you think you're doing?